sense of soul.
Hey, Soul Seekers, it's Shanna. Journey with me to discover how people around the world awaken to their true sense of soul. Now go grab your coffee, open your mind, heart, and soul.
It's time to awaken.
Today on Sense of Soul, I have Mirabai Devi. She is a globally acclaimed spiritual teacher, a conduit for the divine feminine, a heart-centered inspirational teacher and presenter, and a channel for the divine light. She's a global healer and author and the founder of the Mirabai Devi Foundation. Her foundation's mission is to raise the world's consciousness through awakening and healing of humanity, one individual at a time. She is also the founder of the Lightworker School that serves to uplift, educate, and empower individuals to hold light in their local communities as teachers, healers, and lightworkers. And she is also a part of Sense of Soul's network of lightworkers. And she's with us today to share her divine light. Please welcome Mirabai Devi.
Hey, hi, there you are.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm excited to talk to you, finally.
Good. The two busiest women in the world.
Oh, surely we have a lot of people to awaken, don't we?
Yes, surely a ton of people to awaken.
Yeah. Ooh, when you did that, I just got goosebumps on my face.
Yeah, you're feeling the light coming through.
Ooh, and on my legs. I wasn't expecting that. Hello. I felt good though.
Maybe
Wow.
I should just give you a light transmission and that's how we do it.
Wait a second. We've been on less than a minute, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoo. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. This is beautiful. The moment you came on, I was like, "Oh, hi, I know you."
Where do you join me from? Are you in Hawaii?
No, I'm not in Hawaii. I'm in Boston, right on the New Hampshire border in Massachusetts. There's a huge population out in Massachusetts and upstate New York that I serve for 6 months out of the year. I leave my home in Hawaii and bring myself out to the Northeast to make myself accessible to a lot of people.
That's wonderful.
And then I run in-person workshops for 5 to 6 months. And then I go back home and enjoy Hawaii again.
Hmm.
And then my family is in South Africa, so I go see my mom and my family every year.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you ever come to Colorado?
Is that where you are?
Pick me, pick me.
All right. Well, I won't say no.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. But
Yes.
you know what? I'm originally from New Orleans and deeply rooted from New
Oh,
Orleans, like from the beginning.
really? New Orleans, a place I have never been.
Actually became a genealogist because of my ancestry and then start working with people, healing, their ancestry is what I do. And it's what I love to do. Like it lights me up. And I was curious about because the land in Massachusetts and Boston, there's probably a lot of healing that needs to be done on that land.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah. A lot of bloodshed here, right? In the
Yeah.
past?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of paranormal experts come on Sense of Soul years ago. One of the Gettysburg is the most haunted places he had ever been to, and it was during that Civil War. I just think it's that residual energy stuck in like the land and in a place, just like
Yeah.
just
Yeah. So
lost there. Do you
I
believe her?
I know that it's for me it's true because I release souls where they stuck. I'm an interdimensional guide, which
Mm.
means I help people's souls to cross over and then I help them on the other side once they've crossed over. And then I help them on this side, like finish or complete their life lessons or heal whatever is going on in their life lessons.
When we can understand that we are one, so there is no time and space. So if I do have a part of my soul right now still fighting wars or how that would affect me in my life
Yeah.
and how I could let that go.
Okay, let me give you the answer before I explain the details.
Perfect. I love those kind of people.
We could talk for hours and hours and
I
hours.
know, I can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, if you're on a battlefield as a soldier or warrior, you're battling in your life. Where are the areas where you're battling in your life? Where are the areas where you're warring? Where are the areas where you're always in struggle?
I know these people. Yeah, they're constantly in, and I've got to fight life
Yes,
to
fight
survive.
life, fight relationships, fight survival.
Oh,
Life's challenging, it's difficult, it's a war ground, it's blood, sweat, and tears. It's aggression, it's pushing, it's
yes.
resentment, it's vengeance, it's
Mm.
holding on to grudges, it's all that energy.
Oh my goodness. So I have had several past lives and I've saw a trend in mine. So this would be similar. I'm always working, but never getting credit for it because I'm a woman.
So that's partly cultural karma and partly personal karma. So the cultural karma is ever since, thousands of years since we transitioned from the matriarchal to the patriarchal society, the divine feminine is suppressed. And so it was written out of the Bible, it was taken out of the spiritual scriptures, it's kind of nowhere to be found. But if you go back to the origins of the sacred traditions, we were a matriarchy, we were matriarchal tribes. The matriarchs ruled before the patriarchy.
A woman.
Woman, a woman. So basically, we are the blazing the trail of light to bring back and restore the divine feminine on the planet. We are the few women around the world that have the voice, the passion, and the power and the courage to step forward and blaze the trail and say, we're going to put our flag in the ground and we're restoring the divine feminine for all women on the planet, and we're going to lead that movement. And that's why we're here. That's why we have come.
Can you watch those hands every time? Hilarious. You put up those hands and start talking. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I swear on all four of my children, to the bottom of my toes, to the top of my head. I have goosebumps.
I'm sorry to laugh, but these are the chakras. These
Oh my God.
chakras are always flowing, they're always activated. Because what do I do? About 12 to 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, transmit light to people, groups, individuals, everyone. I am a transmission station.
I got it.
The light is always flowing, and you are tuning into that light. It's coming through with it. I wasn't even aware that I was transmitting.
I'm half joking, but very much serious about what I was experiencing. Wow, you are powerful. And
Mhm.
yes, I'm on your team with the divine feminine is rising and she has been buried, hidden, and there's no stopping her now.
Suppressed and brutalized and tortured and tormented. And now she is rising up, and she is giving her presence to say things cannot be the way that they have been before. It's not working, it's collapsing, it's falling apart, it's complete resistance. Everything is antithesis. It's like the old patriarchal structures are just crumbling down, and we're caught in between because we're bringing in this new world, this fifth dimension, this new earth, this ascension process, while everything else is kind of holding on for dear life and gnarly and raising its ugly head and fighting and warring and battling to hold the light back and to continue to suppress it. But it's an unstoppable, unsuppressible force. which is why each one of us that are here as leaders have such a sense of divine mission, because we're here to say, this is the time. We cannot go backwards. We can only go into this new age, the age of the new sun, the golden age, the age of light. The light must be restored on the earth for the sake of Mother Earth and the ascension process. And all the species, not just the humans, but all species are suffering. They're dying out everywhere.
What do you feel about the solar storms? Do you have any comment, because this is my listeners must get so sick of me talking about this, but it's a real thing, people. It's a real thing. And I used to be very affected negatively by them for years, and that's how I know about them because I've been tracking them. Like as soon as there's a solar storm, I was having these random symptoms, and so I started tracking. And I didn't even know what a solar storm was. My body knew, but I didn't. I think it was that suppression of women for generations, that masculine energy, because I'm like, I'm a moon person. But it's going through its own cycle now, which everything does. And so we're lucky to even be talking right now because one strong solar storm and poof, we're back to the 1800s and we don't even have internet anymore.
Or lights or electricity or power or refrigerators or cars or
Yes. Right.
gas or modern technology or communication, cell phones, everything.
Yeah, we took it for granted too.
Yes, we do. And people are oblivious because we're only seeing the third dimensional reality of what's right in front of our eyes and ears, what we can touch, smell, see, taste. But we're not aware of what's happening out there in the broader
Yeah.
universe. And we've moved closer to the sun. So
Yeah.
our position in the solar system is closer to the sun. So that's why we're also heating up. We're heating up in some places and we're cooling down in other places.
Gonna flip.
Yes. And then it's going to flip. So back to the sun, I just want to say, I don't want to miss that point, which is that in the Vedic tradition, the Hindu Vedic yogic tradition, the sun is the light of our world, Ishwara. In the Egyptian traditions and in a lot of the mysticism traditions, the sun is the portal through which all the angelics, the light beings, and the realms of light come through into this world. The gamma waves are the seraphim. The gamma
Mm.
waves are the seraphim, the high angelic orders. So some of what's coming through the sun and the rays of what's coming through the sun are actually, it's like divine order of angelic realms doing its work, and the knowledge, the true wisdom and the true knowledge that's coming through the sun. And so light beings, and I'm also a moony person, I'm also, all about the feminine. And so the the sun is not really, it's not really masculine or feminine, it's the essence of the energy of the light. It's the essence of the energy of the divine fire, the purification. So if this planet and when this planet needs purification, well, that's happening now.
But the solar storms actually affect animals' navigation. And also, anytime there's a solar storm, you can bet your butt that there will be earthquakes, tornadoes, fires, wildfires. There will be all the things, storms, hurricanes, all of it. That's what happens every time. If you track it, and so my body was having these storms every time. And so this is how, I learned of them. But
Yes.
that's just it. I mean, like you said, we're oblivious to the fact that if the entire ocean is just moved by the moon and we can accept that, you know, because that's like so grand. Of course, it affects our little body full of water. Of course, the sun will even be more felt.
We're part of the earth. The earth sees us as part of her body, not separate.
Yes.
So we're going to feel everything because we're in an animal body. We actually are animals.
I think if people could understand that, then they could say, okay, what do I need right now for
Yeah.
me? Like
Yeah.
really sensing in your body and just saying, okay, what is this feeling inside of me and what does she need?
Mm. Because that's self-love. When we feel into our needs, we're honoring ourselves and we're letting ourselves know that the animal body, we are the caretaker of that. I was thinking about that exact thing this morning. It's amazing you actually brought that up. I was like meditating on that concept this morning
Mm.
that we're the higher self consciousness being coming from the light, and we're stepping into this animal body that is this vast, intricate computer. Amazing, like the most advanced computer. Every little function. I mean, it's fascinating how it's infinite intelligence. Every cell, every neuron, every organ, every system is infinite intelligence, knows exactly what to do. And we are stepping into this as a light being, as a soul. And it is our job to take care of this advanced instrument and give it what it needs and wants and nurture it and make sure it's healthy and take care of it to the best of our ability.
Mm.
And that's like most people just ignore that.
Yeah.
They don't even see it. And yet that's why, that's almost like our dharma. It's part of our purpose.
Yeah, because then you will see that mother needs love too. You will see, the animals that are suffering, the tree that you walked by that you never noticed, right? You'll see these things.
And the trees talk to one another and their roots intertwine and they communicate through their roots. They're one family. They experience oneness.
Mm.
They don't experience separation in the same way. And then we put them into the concrete in the cities and we cut their roots off from each other and they can't communicate and they become lonely and disconnected. It's so sad.
It's so sad. For myself, when I was little, I was so connected to nature. And then it was almost like it was ripped away from me, right? Now, me returning back, and I say this all the time because there's this like 5 foot snake in my backyard, yeah, of like last week. And here I am. I'm like, just trying to connect with my younger self that wasn't afraid of nature, that wasn't afraid to go in the backyard and explore. It was a bull snake. Even if I got bit, I wouldn't have died. And that's my sanctuary. It's my yard and my sanctuary. And the snake is very much welcome to visit and move through, but I don't want to be afraid.
Yeah.
But we can share. Just I'm not going to be afraid. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in fight or flight every time I go in my backyard to put the trash out. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. And I also want to say that you know what the snake is, right?
Many things, but I do connect her to I connect the snake to the divine feminine.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Kundalini Shakti, the divine feminine. So it's like blessing its soul, blessing its spirit, thanking it for coming and bringing its blessings
Yeah.
to help remind you that your Kundalini is awakening and expanding and that you are on fire and that you have a purpose and a mission and that you're embodying this divine feminine and
Yeah.
helping so many people on this planet to wake up.
Hmm. And in the Bible, the snake clearly says, for sure, if you eat from this tree, you will not die, but have knowledge and
Mm.
wisdom.
Mm.
Um, so, for some reason we took that and we ran the other way, but I want some knowledge and wisdom. I would love to know how you grew up. I know you have an amazing story. We all do, right?
Yes, you do too. I want to hear yours too. But I just wanted to share that we're talking about the tree of life, okay?
Yes.
And the tree of life, which also represents the trunk being the spine, the Kundalini, and
Yes.
also the tree of life being the ancestral, the lineage. And all of the
Ooh.
ancestors are part of that tree, right? The tree of wisdom, the tree of knowledge, the tree of life, and then our ancestral tree. So when you said that, I was just I was just visualizing like the mushrooming out of all these different branches and leaves. And then all the ancestors connecting in the collective wisdom and us being one being, one, it's like one self, one being, one community that takes these individual forms and stories and lives and incarnations, but then dissolves back into the one.
I love that. And I want to just mention that in the Gnostic Gospels, which is what I study,
Mm.
the snake is Mother God. She turns into the snake to tell Eve, to warn her. Don't, he's telling you you can't eat from this tree, but surely you can. You will not die, and you will have wisdom, which she was wisdom, Sophia, and you will receive that. It's all in perspective, but I've never thought of the tree of knowledge as my ancestry, and that just deepened my practice and my soul. I can't wait to explore that deeper within myself. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And it was something you said earlier on that I just wanted to highlight is the fact that there's so many different levels of consciousness
Yeah.
and different realms and dimensions. So on one level, just like I said, everything in nature is one. The trees
Yeah.
are one. Animals live, the group soul,
Mm-hmm.
and even our oversouls and our soulmates that are part of our soul groups, and that we incarnate again and again as the same soul in different bodies in different stories, and we meet our soulmates in different forms and different bodies. And
Yes.
so there's that level where we're all one, and then there's that level where we're at here, where we're in total alienation, isolation, and separation, and the veil is so thick. And then there's all the realms and dimensions in between.
Well, I even think about the dimensions of the tree of life, right?
Yes.
These are all consciousnesses.
Ah, there it is. You had the picture right there.
Yes.
And the serpent. What did that say? The tree of.
It's
Oh,
the
there
path
you
of the
go.
separate. Each one of these circles are,
Amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
Isn't
Mm.
that interesting? Yes, but nature is my greatest teacher.
Mm.
It's all there.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
you in your hands. I must be very, very sensitive to you. I'm not sensitive. I mean, I've had a lot of people. I may have never been. Maybe I'm just, you know what? I'm not taking away from your power. It's your power for sure. But it's interesting, like how I am with my guests. Like sometimes I I have different reactions to different people. Some people they drain me. You know what I mean? Of course. But I feel like I'm always trying to be open to receive them, and sometimes I have to shut it down. And sometimes I have to open it. And right now I'm just like, I feel so open. I don't want to close down in any way. Like I love your energy. I don't know if I've ever felt this way with a guest before.
So what's happening is that we're tuning into each other, and our energies are syncing, and we're going into a higher vibrational dimension and frequency, and the light is just pouring in, and
Mm.
it's like we're like one mind, one being, just sharing the same wisdom back and forth. It's like two in one, and
Mm.
then just leading by our example for other people, that this is what it feels like when you're tuned into the light. This is what it feels like when you're connected and you feel the energy in everything. You feel the energy in the plants and the streams and the rivers and the trees and the mountains and the ocean. Everything's shimmering with light and energy. And you feel it in each other and in each other's eyes. You look into each other's eyes and you just feel the soul. It's like the soul is leading. And it's just pure love. It's the purest love. And when
Mm.
we're in that presence and in that energy, there's nothing else. Like nothing else matters because there's no separation. And so this is what I call a transmission. So when we're transmitting this for others, then they can feel it too. And they feel like, oh, I feel better now. My back pain's gone away. My head pain's gone away. My neck pain's gone away. My lower back pain's gone away. My heartache's gone away because the light heals, love heals. It's the great healer.
Yeah, I have so much energy right now. And I literally just woke up like an hour ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm like,
I love it.
ready
I
to go.
love it because you're vibrationally attuned to higher frequency. So when you meet someone that comes in with a strong, I am a super directed, focused laser. My whole being is trained to be a laser of light because that's what I do. I transmit light to people 24/7 for 30 years. That's who and what I am is a transmission laser of light.
Feel it.
And
I like it. Yeah, I wish I had one at home. We could even have one that you could take with you in your purse. Yeah. You should make a little figure of yourself, a beaming light figure. Yes.
I'm going to think about that and see how that could translate. What could we put the light in to help people? Put it into rose oil, put it into rose water, put it into water to drink, put it into something to spray, put it into some machine that can transmit it.
We do have it within us, because we are all one. And so, how do we get back there? Will you tell me how you got to where you are?
Oh, that's a big question. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I got my coffee.
I'm sitting back. I
Yep.
got my coffee. Tell me a story.
Tell me your story.
I loved God so much when I was a child. I just wanted to serve God. And I just wanted to devote my life to God, but I didn't know how. And I found out that I was a mystic through both, the stories you can watch about me on my other podcast shows that I talk about, like Buddha at the gas pump and yoga mates and stuff like that, where I talk about how, there were 12 masters of light around my bed at night that were looking at me, that had the same look in their eyes, and were helping guide me and transmit light to me and train me when I was like 3 years old,
Hmm.
all the way through to where I had my awakening in India when I was 21 and 22 years old. And I went into a state of unity consciousness and merged with God. I was 22 years old. I spent 22 years trying to figure out why I was getting gifts of clairvoyance and getting gifts of clairaudience and seeing angels and seeing fairies and connected to the light realms and seeing masters and able to go to different planets and travel and do interdimensional work and then go into states of oneness and be one with the whole universe and the self. I mean, why? And irrepressible love, ecstatic states of love, where I just wanted to hug everyone and everything. And finally, everything melted down into that one moment in India where I had my awakening in 1992. And that was where I merged with the light. I merged back what I call into the Godhead. And since then, it's like it just comes through me and I am it. It's me. We're one. I can't ever be separate from it. It's a burning fire of love, it's a burning fire of light. And I'm just driven by this light, the divine light, to help people all the time in every capacity: healing, readings, transmissions, coaching, talking, clearing, uplifting, raising vibration, bringing teachings, channeling knowledge and wisdom. It never stops. It's like a 24/7 channel. And I can just say this: it took me almost 3 or 4 years to come back into my human when I had my awakening, because everything was made out of vibrating light. And I could see that everything was one being all the time. So I didn't know how to talk in separation. I didn't know how to function in separation. And then the healing gift began. And when the healing gift was given, I had a mission and a ministry. And I knew that I was here to help people to heal and awaken. And it's a good summary because I could tell you 1,000 details, but basically, I've spent 30 years traveling the world, working with thousands and thousands of people and just delivering the light and the teachings and the healing ministry and mission. And my goal is to help people to remember who they are, to wake up and to experience what I've experienced, to learn what I've learned, to be shown the wisdom that I've attained or gained access to. Because it's like it's always there, it's always available. But because people don't know how to tap into it, it's like a tree that's flowing with maple syrup nectar, and there is no tap into the nectar. You know, it's just like that. We know it's in there somewhere, but we don't know how to access it. And that's my role, is to teach people how to tap in and access it. Because if you don't know, you don't know. When we leave our body and we have near-death experiences, people experience the light. And then we come back, if we're meant to come back and continue, if we're really sick or in the hospital or dying. Some people die, cross over, and come back. And they know that light. They experience that light. They know who they are. They experience the oneness. And it's so beautiful over there, and they don't want to come back. Because life is hard. It's suffering here. It's painful. So my work is to provide tools for people to get out of that suffering and to experience joy while in a body by completing their life lessons, by healing themselves, facing the fear, facing what they're avoiding. Oh, there's so much I could say, but that you get it.
I 100% agree with everything you just said. We must be on the same mission. And, it's only happened only 6 times in 6 years, where when I'm communing with someone and something happens, they shift in a way. And I've talked to people about this, and they think that sometimes I can see someone's like truest essence of their soul. I could see it, physically. And not in my mind. I'll take off my glasses. I'm drawing pictures of this, and like I'm freaking out. And the first few times I didn't know what was happening. It never happened. So now 6 times. And you didn't shift into a different being. However, I'd never seen this before, but around you was seriously almost like an aura. I've never seen that before. I've seen auras before, but this was different. This was almost like a fire aura. There's no word for that. And I waited for it to go away. And it it is still there, but not as strong as when you were speaking. And then right after I saw it, actually said something like that. And I was like, holy crap. Okay. You were just like validating, in essence, that you were. But it was hard for me to even listen at that moment because you were so bright.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, you have a gift to see the truth, to see the subtle realms, to see the subtle reality.
Mhm.
And that was a gift to me that you just shared. And I appreciate that, because it's not every day that somebody gifts me or gives something to me, because I'm usually the one who's always giving.
Well, yeah, and it's hard to receive sometimes when you're in that space. So thank you for receiving that.
Yes, I do receive it. And when you shared it, I had this image of Guadalupe with the flames around her, the aura of flames, that image, that we've
I
seen in
don't know that
cloth
specific image.
paintings. Yes,
Yes, that's how it was.
yes.
I almost said like a saint. It's not just the aura. It is like, yeah, it is you. Actually, it's more you than the physical body. The light is you.
I always tell my students that when I transmit light, I merge with the light, I become with the light. And they say, well, how do you transmit light? I say, I am the light.
You are.
I'm not separate from it. I am it. And
You
you
are.
just cut right to the bone. Look at you, right to the bone
Well, I think, okay,
of
so
that.
this is what makes you different than the other experiences that I have. And you're really only the seventh one now. It's getting up there. But usually this is an extraterrestrial, or there's been an ancestor that came through someone's face. And believe me, I went back in our recording and I'm looking. But
Yeah.
beyond that, it's the feeling that goes with it, right? Like I could walk outside any day and see a huge hawk above me and just go to the store like it was nothing. But someday I might go out and feel like this is different. And that's what I felt with you.
Okay, so I started when I had my awakening when I was 22. I came back to South Africa because the awakening happened in India. And I came back to South Africa, and it from 23 years old until 30 years old, which is 1993 to the year 2000,
Mm-hmm.
I had different faces of different masters, gods, goddesses, light beings that would come through my face in the mirror and through my eyes in the mirror and give me transmissions and download teachings. And my face would shift, my eyes would shift, and
Mm-hmm.
these, it was like Saraswati or Lakshmi or Mother Durga or Krishna or Mahavatar Babaji or all these high saints would come through, and a lot of goddesses, a lot of different goddesses, and then different Buddhas and different rays, the different rays, the seven rays.
I do know the seven rays.
Yes, and I would literally shapeshift in my face, and sometimes even my whole body would get like taken over. And I've been very careful, because I am a medium, and I've been very careful, with that. I only allow the light in my body. I only allow the highest light, the highest beings, and so forth. And after my awakening, I didn't even have to say it. It was just automatic. They just came and came and came, and I would receive hundreds of hours of dictation of teachings. And then this one day, this big Native American guide came with like 1,000 white feather headdress all the way down, hanging down, and this big face on my head, like jowl cheeks and everything. And he introduced himself as White Eagle.
Mm.
And I looked up, and he was the White Eagle from the spiritual teachings, the spiritual master on the Ascended Master Council. And he actually, when he came in, he spoke through my voice with a big booming voice, and he said, "You are going to go to North America." I was living in South Africa. He said, "You are going to go to North America, and you're going to find your tribes. You're going to find your tribes, and your tribes are going to find you, and you're going to go home and help the people there because they have been waiting for you. They have been waiting for you to come, and you must come now." And I said, "I don't know anyone in North America. I'm living in South Africa. I'm 20, 3 years old. I had never been." And he said, "You must come." And that's how I came to be here. As I said, "Send me a sign. I want a sign. I need a sign. I understand that, but I need everything. I need the road to be paved with opportunities to make this happen." I said, "I have no money. I don't know anyone except my brother in North America. And I have my center of light here in South Africa." And I was on television and radio giving darshan to people through radio and television and workshops and programs. And I was very happy and very successful. I didn't want to go to North America. It's like, what? Well, sure enough, I got a phone call. I was asked to teach 3 workshops. I got enough money for an air ticket. My brother told me that he was getting married, and he wanted me to come to the wedding. And my best friend had said, "You need to go." And everything was given to go. And within like the first week of leaving my brother and the wedding, I was on television, I was on national television, I was on radio, and I was working with celebrities doing the healing ministry, and then on Vision Quest. So it was like boom, 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 boom. And then I was leading retreats and programs all over the country, just like that, within 2 years. And that's what's been going on for 30 years. It just grew and grew and grew and grew
Yeah.
between South Africa and the US for a period. And then I was like, no, I'm not meant to go back. But when I started going back to South Africa, it was when the spirit of Africa appeared in the mirror. I went into the bathroom, and the spirit of Africa appeared through my face, African face, male. looked out through my eyes and said, "It is time to return to your motherland. Your people await you. You must come home." And I said, "Oh no, I don't want to come home. I've just established my work in America and put all this work into it and sweat, blood, tears to create my mission here. And now I'm being called back to South Africa." And sure enough, I went back to South Africa and it just exploded. I started working with Credo Mutwa, the prophet of Africa, the greatest Sangoma in Africa, who's a living legend, who then passed away later. I helped him and helped his ministry. I was organizing a World Peace Conference with global leaders, and I was giving darshan to thousands of people in Cape Town and Durban and Johannesburg, and it just everything just exploded from there. And so I have learned to implicitly trust my guides and my guidance because they know, and I just follow and I listen and I follow guidance. And I've been trained to listen carefully, not just to listen, but to follow through.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, I follow too. Very much like that. I just, when sometimes it makes no sense. Like you said, what? I gotta go. Wait, this is not my trajectory. This wasn't the plan. It's always like synchronicities or dreams or, nature, however those signs and whatever those signs look like. But it does take a lot of trust and courage, which is definitely something that the feminine needs healing in. And so good on you to, have done the healing that you needed to get to your divine purpose, because there is healing that needed to probably be done to be able to trust and have the courage to do that.
Yeah, as women, our trust is broken, right? And even our trust in ourselves becomes broken. Just even simple things with relationships, can break trust. And then doing things ourselves in relationships that make us not trust ourselves, let alone just the past lives of brutality we've experienced that have caused lack of trust. But, I think just my passion for God ever since I was a little baby, my whole life,
Mhm.
is what led me to understand that, and this is what I teach now, is how to hear that voice, the voice of the light, the voice of God, the voice of your guides, the voice of your guidance, as opposed to what's the voice of your ego, what's the voice of maybe negative spirits or energies that are tricking you, or trickster energies. And that's a big topic there. But
Mm.
I think it's really important that people are trained in the right way and they know what they're trusting in and what they're listening to. And if someone can't trust themselves or listen to their guidance themselves, it's good to have a spiritual teacher, a mentor, a counselor, a psychic guide, somebody who can help you to discern the truth rather than just doing something wacko for people that are not stable, in their guidance or mentally or that emotionally, that kind of thing. So that's something I'm very careful in my trainings with.
If you can't trust yourself in your 3D body, you should be very careful about what you trust messages coming from the other side.
That's right.
Overall, right?
Yeah,
Whatever is happening inside of you, you will face outside of you.
that's right. Exactly. Exactly. And dark spirits or trickster spirits become like abusive humans. They tell you all the wonderful ego soothing, ego smoothing things you want to hear, and
Mhm.
then they whack you and abuse you and are aggressive to you and dominate you. And that's why, it's really important for people who are doing this work to purify first. Purify with the light, purify with the fire, purify with spiritual practices. We call that tapasya in yoga. Until the mind is pure and the soul is purified, at that point, and you can discern the true light, the clear light. That's really important.
Yeah, I agree. And I definitely throughout my life never knew to trust that discernment. No one ever taught me to trust my body. Then that's when with my children especially, it's my biggest thing. My kids will come home. I had trouble at school or whatever because of this and that. I'm like, what did you feel in your body when that was happening? That's me. I'm that mom.
That's awesome. I think that's really funny.
No,
That's
but
how that's how I would bring up that's how I bring up kids. And how do you feel? What is your body telling you? And I always say to people, tune in at least a minimum of 7 times a day. What do you feel? What do you need? What is your body telling you? How is it guiding you? Are you listening? Because our body has the answers. It has all the wisdom. Because when you feel your body, intelligence, it will always tell you the truth because the body never lies. The body holds innate, infinite wisdom and intelligence, and the body always knows. This is one of my teachings. It's called The Body Never Lies. It's one of my divine principles that I teach.
mine too.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Mhm. Yeah. And you know why? It's because it's that connection between that you really can tangibly experience.
Yes, it's tangible.
Yeah.
No one can deny it, right? But then in our culture, we're trained, children suppress it. Boys don't cry. Girls are not allowed to talk about their feelings. Boys are not even allowed to feel. It's so suppressed in our culture, and yet it's right where the spirit is. It's right.
Mm.
It's the emotional body is the doorway into the soul. So if we express our feelings and what our body needs, we're right there, connecting with our soul, right? Opening that doorway.
That's raising a conscious future, is it not? I always think, can you imagine a world that was brought up from when they were tiny little babies, taught to love themselves and to talk and listen to their body?
Well, you're doing it. You're teaching your children that, and you're role modeling to others to do that. It's like I said, there's cultural karma, and we're
Mhm.
breaking the cultural karma and the cultural norms, and we're
Yes.
moving into our own sovereignty. Our own
Mm.
sovereignty is teaching children to be sovereign,
Yeah.
teaching children to lead from the soul and the feelings, not from what they've been conditioned and dogmatically brainwashed through the mind to do, because that's what society says has to be done.
A woman again.
A woman after your own heart.
That's right. I'm determined and defiantly defiant for that.
Yes. There's your warrior coming out. See, you've got that
Yeah,
warrior
I
going
do
on.
have a warrior in me. Yeah.
I did a reading in you. I'll be able to tell you about your warrior lifetimes.
You know, it's interesting. I had to find her. It was hard, because I've always been very complacent, serving. So I
Right.
had to learn how to embrace the servant too, because at first I was like, I will not serve anymore, you know? And then, yeah, I had to find that balance. There was so much healing that needed to be done before I was able to move into a space that I could trust this body.
So that's the samskara work, to work.
Yeah.
This is what I help people do is work through their samskaras, their patterns from other lifetimes and from this lifetime and clear all the ancestral wounds
Yeah.
and all the lineage patterns that we carry into this form, which is why we don't love ourselves, why we don't trust ourselves, why we betray and judge and hurt ourselves. And it's only when these patterns become healed that we can truly trust ourselves and love ourselves and feel worthy and feel good enough because we have this huge past history of brutality and of not doing that physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sexually, financially, psychically, on every level. We've been traumatized and suffered. And so no wonder, the wounded race of humans, they
Yes.
don't know how to do those basic things. And so that's why the work is so important. That's why I do these guided soul journeys where we work through lifetimes, work
Ooh.
through the whole soul's journey within.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you do this in a group or just one-on-one session?
One-on-one sessions through a package of a series called the Guided Soul Journey.
Oh, sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
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 You should be one of my affiliates.
I'd love to be.
I want to gift you to the world. Okay. I just want to put you in a little gift and gift you. So, yeah.
Bless you. Bless you, love.
Yeah,
Bless.
thank you.
And also, I just want to say that, there's a real kindred soul mission that we share and a deep recognition. And I just love how sensitive and open and tuned in you are and connected and how you feel and see so much. And you've worked so hard on yourself to get to where you are, and share this from being a wounded warrior to being such a powerful light worker in the world. I just really am proud of you. You've done such a great amount of work and it shows. And your heart is so tender and open, and you're willing to bring people along with you instead of, getting impatient with them. You're bringing them along with you, which takes a lot. It's a lot.
But it's also exciting. It's fun. And I do know there's a lot of chaos, but I mean, I'm meeting the chaos head on
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the amazing energy that's awakening right now in the world. So,
Yes.
wow, it's,
Yes. I mean, I feel like I'm part of the old wave. I came in 30 years ago and gave my blood, sweat, and tears 24/7 for 30 years, 7 days a week, and just put that energy out to masses of people and really put my life on hold personally to give that. And
yeah.
now, after all that, we're finally seeing consciousness waking up. And it's not just me, there are these other teachers out there that did the same. They poured 30, 40 years of their lives into their mission to get the awakening of consciousness. And now, all of us combined, it's like we've done our job. I feel like I've done my job, I've done my work, and now I'm seeing consciousness awakening. I'm seeing people actually starting to catch on, and things that were unknown then are becoming popular and stuff like that, and people
Yeah,
are recognizing it. so
I
so
see
it's
it too.
worked, here in this realm of the suffering where people are asleep and walking in their sleep. They're starting to wake up.
They are.
You
Yeah.
God, thank you,
It-
Lord.
Well, please
It's
tell everybody where they could find you so they can continue to listen to your amazingness and, just shout yourself out on social media, all the things.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I would love to. First, I just wanted to mention I have a light workers school that I've also had for 25 years, and that is based in the US. And it's on my website, and it has its own website. And it's actually, if people go to mirabaidevi.org and they sign up on my newsletter at the bottom on the mailing list, they will get all of the 5 days of light, which is the all free introductory 5 days of teachings, spiritual practices, and light transmissions. And then I come on live and give light transmission for people who want to be part of the Lightworker School, which is an awakening service path. And then I also on mirabaidevi.org have all my in-person events that I am giving in the Boston and New York area and Massachusetts for the next 5 months, many events. And they're all available on Zoom as well as online. So people can join in from anywhere in the world and be part of these events. And they go all the way through to the middle of November.
Wow.
And yeah, and then I'm offering one-to-one programs as well, like the guided soul journey, where we unravel all of your journey that your soul has taken to get you to where you are now by healing the trauma and the wounding and all the places where the soul is stuck to free the individual. And then we also have the mentorship program where I'm mentoring people wherever they're at to awaken spiritually, to heal themselves energetically and physically, and to clear their energy and blockages and heal their bodies, and then train them in spiritual practices. That's my mentorship program. And then I'm also doing one-to-one retreats with individuals. They're 5 days, 1.5 hours. Yeah, for 5 days spread over 2 or 3 weeks, even in one week, depending on what's available in person and on Zoom. And then I'm doing private sessions with individuals that want to do physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing, spiritual practices, soul awakening work, And then on my website, I go into the 40 or 50 modalities that I offer through my private sessions.
Whoa. No wonder why those hands are so lit up. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. And I do what is called light transmission, which is why you've been going, okay, put your hands down, they're strong. Light transmission, it heals the body, it lights up the aura, it opens the chakras, it awakens the kundalini, it clears blockages, it removes physical pain. People get off drugs and alcohol and pharmaceutical medicines because the light takes away the pain and heals the illnesses. And people move into states of bliss and higher consciousness. And then I train people how to do that. But they start with a private session, one-to-one. And so I've worked with a lot of spiritual teachers, spiritual leaders, light workers, healers, activating and mentoring them on their missions, as well as just regular folk who are just stuck in the mud, stuck in the mire. So I help people from the gamut, from beginners to advanced.
That's
And
awesome.
those are all, you can check it all out on mirabaidevi.org. And my store is on there as well with my, I have, I think, 60 channeled meditations and teachings and affirmations on my store, my book and my CDs and MP3s. So lots and lots and lots of things just right there on mirabaidevi.org. That's mirabaidevi.org. And people can call my office 760-216-1029. That's 760-216-1029 to book or text or email. The website has the email address, and then social media, Facebook, Instagram, all of it. I've got my videos, YouTube. I've got my own channel, Mirabai Devi Official on YouTube, Mirabai Devi Official on Instagram, and then I've got Awakening and Ascension group on Facebook, and then 3 Mirabai Devi pages. So check me out.
How many, how do you do all that? That's amazing.
And still am. I'm channeling into books now and new course curriculum. I'm starting my own TV show. I've got so much going on right now. I don't know how I still have time in the day to do private sessions. So that'll be for a limited time only.
Thank you for doing your part. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. I feel, like I said, I just woke up. I barely had my coffee. I don't know how I have so much energy, but I thank you very much.
You're so welcome. It's the light, and it's who you are, and it's your true nature. And we are remembering together because our soul is so kindred. It's just activating, lighting it up like
I
sparkles.
feel it.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me and recognizing my soul. It's so kind. It's so beautiful that you're not holding back and you're just sharing it with me. It's a gift. And you're role modeling for others that it's important to share and not hold back, because we've been trained. That's why I have my Lightworker school, is
Yeah.
for people that are spiritual seers, people that are healers, people that are intuitives, people that are psychic, people that have had all these spiritual weird experiences but can't talk about them. In my
Yeah.
school, it's normal. It's what we
Like
talk about all
Hogwarts.
the time. That's how it works.
I love it. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye now.
Bye.
Hey, soul seeker, are you curious? Are you hungry to know? Do you have eyes that now see? Do you have ears that can hear? Have you discovered your sense of soul? You're more than you know, more than a body, more than the thoughts that echo in your mind. You've got that sense of soul. You are awakened. Turn your pain into purpose. Climb that mountain and only look back to see how far you've come. Share your story, you'll find you're not alone. Find that light within. Discover that sense of soul.
Sense of soul.